Respected members on the dais, distinguished guests, those who have come here. I am here on the invitation of the government of Gujarat to be present here in the forum, that is for the knowledge exchange. How effective can the ICT implementation can be in the e-governance? Basically, I come from an academic background. Most of the years I have spent in teaching as a professor. Since last 4 years, I am associated with the Directorate of Technical Education. And since the inception of my organization, I mean to say, the Gujarat Knowledge Society, I have been actually coordinating the activities of it, The CEO of this organization is Mr. C.V. Som, who is the Commissioner of Schools, and previously had been with DGET as Employment and Training, and with his dogged determination, whatsoever, especially in implementation of such type of programs in Gujarat, you find it is a determination and the strength of Mr. C.V. Som that we have been successful. Here in the magazine, it shows like what the concern has been shown here. You see that ICT for good governance. But I just see it the other way around, like what Mr. C.V. Soon runs his organization as. It's a good governance for ICT implementation. Okay, that is the way it has become, sometimes. Unless and until there is no good governance, probably implementation of such type of the project sometimes becomes very difficult. So coming back to the mainstream to which I belong to, that is the skill development. That is how I should actually put these things to you, that when the government of India is trying to project something, say in a decade or 2 decades, what's going to happen? Say in coming years, say 2020, what is going to be the scenario? The projection is that 65% of our population is going to be of the working age. And if I take the 80% of that population, that is not even going to complete the 12 years of the schooling, I mean to say the education. And the projection is that we have to train about 50 crore people into some kind of skill so that these people can be made employable. And that's where ICT plays a very important role, that when you are addressing such a big mass, okay, you're trying to do something, unless and until you are facilitated with the best of the technology and the support from the private people, this may not be possible. So this is what actually I have said here. So in the 12 plan, okay, 8 crore, that is what the National Council of Skill Development has said, this is the number that has got to be trained. And how you are going to train it? The central government may be funding for something, leveraging some schemes, state government is own share for it, then we have got the private players. But when you are spending especially on the skills, you are trying to create something, ultimately you are going to get something out of it, okay? Then this says that when I'm spending on the skill development, then what is the measure of the skill development? That one thing is very clear, that is employment. If you train somebody, that chap has got to be employed. That is what our concern is, Now, when I talk about my state, okay, Gujarat always tries to be, okay, over-projecting themselves, say. My target given by the government of India for this particular 5 years, it's I'm going to train around 50 lakh people, the candidates, okay? But the projection, the targets given to the department comes out around 54, okay, lakhs. That is what we say that we'll be doing it. Say every year, say 8 lakh candidates or the trainees are to be trained into something, and that is, they've got to be placed also, Excuse me, I'm sorry. So that is the way we are going to work. But when I say that such a big target that has been assigned to the various departments in the government of Gujarat, how I am going to handle it? So an organization like me, say Gujarat Knowledge Society, initially it could have been MKCL, it is GKCL, and now it is a society. It actually gives me more freedom to exercise myself, So now it's a society. And later it's being followed by the Gujarat Skill Development Mission. So these two of the departments actually the driving force, the inertia that is being actually exercised by us, to drive this such kind of activities. So that is what actually we do. The Gujarat Skill Development Mission actually conceptualize what actually you are looking for, and ultimately we put into the practice. And we are working especially in the PPP mode. We have got the best of the private players, okay? But the difference between the RKCL and the Gujarat Knowledge Society is that we don't allow the private players to function, especially in their premises. If you have the look at our courses and the centers, you know, most of the centers, almost all the centers, these are the government infrastructure. That is available free of cost, say in the morning, in the evening, during the day. So that is the difference. At the same time, we have our own coordinators who are present at this particular centers to monitor how well the training is being implemented. It is the concern, the quality. When I said the implementation of ICT, what are my concerns? Then you say that. First of all, you should be very clear what you want. That is the scope, the objective. Why you are doing it? Who are the beneficiaries? What are your modalities? Okay, what are the provisions you are supposed to make? And if you make the provisions, what is the quality assurance? All this aspect, if you look based on my experience, the candidates are being actually registered for a particular course. They may be sent for the assessment also, but what is the quality of the training these people are actually getting? That is where my concern is. Okay, best of the laboratories are being created, best of the facilities are there, but maybe lying idle. And probably the trainer may not be up to that quality. Okay, so these are the concerns where actually we have got to address, you know, we have to look into. So we have to create that kind of a governance where we can monitor both the trainers as well as the trainees as well as the private body. What is their objective? Why they are associated with us? It is a CSR activity. That is what actually I take personally. Like I give you an example that many of the best of the companies are coming to Gujarat. Okay, the government offers them everything, but they also take up the responsibility. Say Tata Nano has come to Gujarat. They have adopted 120 of the villages surrounding area, and they have projected their requirement. Based on that, they have started conducting the training, and they are funding for it. Knowledge Society provides the trainer, they fund for it, and we are conducting the basic computer courses, especially in the schools. Okay, and that is the way we function. So unless and until the private players are serious, it's not a business, it is a social responsibility. And if you conduct like that, probably, definitely we can make magic, you know. So that is how I feel, you know. Now, I'm just trying to put a small example of what Mr. C.V. Som has done. Listen, he is the Commissioner of Schools. The first phase of the ICT implementation in the schools has come in. And we have done it in the first phase, around 5,970 schools he has taken, okay. And they have been assigned to some of the private players, like we have got NIIT, Educom, we have got ILNFS, Core, and HCL. These are the private players with us. And they are going to create something, especially in the schools which are deprived of the basic facilities. So we have tried to create best of the infrastructure. Say, in one school, one computer lab, 10 of the machines, best of the machines. Say, KU band antenna, disk antenna, 42-inch LCD with a VGA splitter. Okay, we have given them a broadband connectivity, say 4 GB. Okay, all the infrastructure has been created and it is in place. At the same time, we have got a vision that why we are moving into, say, the Windows. Okay, why we cannot actually go on some kind of a different operating system. So we have made it mandatory. You chaps are going to work especially in Linux. So if you see all these labs, you know, are actually loaded with operating system Linux, that is Ubuntu 9.04 or 10.04. And my office is the open source, you know. And the various applications may be available. And now all these labs are actually 5,970 schools are now established with all such kind of facilities. Now comes what? The governance comes into picture. They have done it, dumped it and forgotten. Then we exercise our power. What we tell them? That it is a service. It is a part of their contract. They are going to provide the service. What service? They are going to provide the machines with all infrastructure. We are going to load all the software the way in which they committed. They are going to maintain it. Okay? They are going to train the teachers. They have got to provide the school coordinators who are going to visit 5 schools. 5 schools. Okay, in a week. Okay, and see that everything is in place. Once that is done, so initially establishment of the laboratory, number one. Number two, training the teachers. About 18,700 teachers are already being trained in such schools, and the teachers were assigned the task, not only the students. You announce the courses, let the surrounding area, the students get the benefit, okay, and let the students be trained. So that kind of the assignments were given. So I will just rush through it. That is what actually it is. These are the companies. This is the facility that is created within the laboratory. Okay, open source, broadband internet, regular educational the programs to EduSet, okay, through BISEC, various free open source applications like Marble, Calcium, whatsoever may be available, DACU DVDs from ISRO and GIET, okay, and various CDs with value additions are being actually there, and they are forced to see that the students actually utilize. We maintain the registers, okay, we want to see that the laboratory is utilized. That is what actually the governance comes into, okay, it's the other way around. Now, question is about the content. It's an e-content. Standard 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. The complete syllabus is now converted as an e-content. Maybe in a print format, maybe in the digital format. The information is available with us. The total syllabus is now available. I say that up to standard 10th, we have got 250 modules. For 11 and 12th, we have got about 392 modules are already. And that too localized Gujarati, English, whatsoever you want, everything is available. With the basic information, if you just sit, you see if you want to refer a dictionary, you want to refer a map, you want some other links, everything is available. But who has developed? It is developed by these 5 companies. They were forced to do it. I mean to say, they had given a vision by my CEO, Mr. C.V. Som, that you have got to do it. Every month he will call for the meeting of these training partners with their school coordinators. We used to discuss with them that how we are going to implement. We had to give them. Every vacation they were given a task, okay, to register the students, to train them, okay, and ultimately assessment comes by the Gujarat Knowledge Society and certify them. The basic beauty of the model, what Gujarat Knowledge Society says that it is a third-party assessment, direct link with the industry, try to understand their need, okay, we devise our own content, okay, we have got best of our content developers, okay, and then you see that they conduct the training of the trainers are being assessed by the third party, Maritrack is my third party assessment, okay, and then ultimately they certify, that is a certified trainer, okay. So similarly, the same thing, the teachers which we, the school coordinators or our trainers are training, they are certified, they in turn train the students and the surrounding area students, okay, test them, certify them, give them a certificate. So this is the way it is being implemented, with a dogged determination by Mr. C.V. Som and his team, you know. Like I told you how many teachers has been trained, they are being tested, they have been certified, okay. And these are the students who are sitting in the labs which have been created by the Commissionerate of Schools. Monitoring, I tell you, it's a must. We have to see that coordinator is going to the school. He remains there right across the day, okay. And we are also bringing in the DEOs, we are bringing in the school teachers, we hold the meeting and we see that they go to the school and they carry out their duty. So that is how strongly it has been implemented in the state of Gujarat. And this is the school coordinators meeting with Mr. C.V. Som and his representatives actually are conducting. Then comes now, like what you say that in Rajasthan it has happened. For the girls, actually, the basic computer courses have been offered, they have been trained. Same thing. The Commissionerate of School has got the ready-made infrastructure in schools, says 6,000 schools with these facilities. Why not actually we conduct the training not for the school children, but for the others in the society who wants to learn open source, they want to learn Linux. Why not we utilize this facility? So they were told to do it. And in the last 1.5 months, we have trained about 1 lakh children, or those who are actually. So this is the eligibility criteria, free of cost. Only registration fee is 50 rupees. For SC, ST, women, and we didn't charge anything. And others it's only 50. It was done by the private players. They were told to do it and they have done it. And certification, it's GCVT or GKS, we actually would. So this is how it has been done. Not to take about other things, already I have talked, that the government tells it has got its own industry policy. Why the private players, the industries, they should come in, utilize our infrastructure, create such kind of. We have got more than 100 courses in IT and non-IT sectors, they adopt. And our training partners, that's just an opportunity for the private players that if genuinely they want to deliver, they can create their center of excellence there in any of the colleges affiliated to all the state universities. Probably there's an opportunity. So the ICT for the good governance is definitely there, but the honesty should always be there. Otherwise, it's going to be the difficult thing that is going to happen. We have got to force ourselves and ultimately get the things done through our authority. So thank you very much. I am available here for a couple of days. We can share our experiences since actually I am in the actual implementation of this program, so I know it, how difficult it is. And thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.